Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Teesha, and today we are going to do our volume 4 of Fresh Blends. This is all candles, and these are just candles that I have been blending and loving to burn together through this last month. So you have seen a lot of these in a post-burn review. If this post-burn review goes up before the Fresh Blends, I can't remember. But I digress. If not, you'll hear more thoughts in that video, but I may repeat myself. So I hope that you like listening to rambles on repeat because that's what I'm doing today. I hope you're all doing well. I just, it's windy here. I went out grocery shopping. This is the best I could do. I go home in about a month, and I guarantee you my best friend's gonna be like, we're cutting that. It's not looking healthy. But you all give me compliments, so thank you for that. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, as the wind catches my hair, it's just like a hot mess. But I decided I was gonna film this video anyway. So we're gonna jump right in. And I don't really name these blends, but what I usually do is I'll start with one candle, and then if I think about it, if I'm going to review it. I don't review them all. I'd have videos like 5 times a day for you all. That would be too much, Teesha. But if I have a candle in my collection, I wonder how it pairs with, or I think would pair well, I'll blend them and I talk about them if I ended up, liking it, or even if I really, really dislike it, I would share that with you. But this one I absolutely love. So let's jump into it. I started burning butter pecan ice cream, pecan or pecan, however you say it. And this has notes of ice cream, pecan, and buttery cream. Now, I bought this candle on recommendation of the Santa Maria. She bought it. I think she said her dad loves this ice cream, and she said it was authentic, spot on. So I ran to my phone and ordered myself one because, and I think I've shared in a few videos now, that this was my mom's absolute favorite ice cream. I remember once we got her an ice cream cake that was butter pecan from like a fancy ice cream cake store. Um, and she absolutely loved it. Ate ice cream every day, like literally. She just had this like amazing Italian metabolism that she got from my grandpa. He was like 5 foot tall. She was like 5'1", and they just never like they did not eat well, and they never gained weight. So cool. Didn't get those genes. Fine. I got other ones, so we'll just work with it. But I had to have one of these. Now I should have got more than one. Um, I mean, I take her recommendations and reviews with high authority because she's spot on, but also, you know, my own opinions are important. So I wish I would have got a backup of this candle because I burnt this because it reminded me of my mom, and I just continued to want to burn it. But I was also really bittersweet about burning it because I was like, oh, it was reminding me of like flashbacks of just funny stories and things. Because again, this was consistent. My mom just loved ice cream in general, but butter pecan ice cream. And so, as I was getting close to the end, I was finding myself to be a little emotional about it. So stupid. But it just was such a fond memory. So I got to prolong its life a little bit by adding it to toasted hazelnut praline. Let's talk about this one. So when this came out for Candle Day, I know a lot of people were thinking, ooh, could this be pumpkin peanut brittle? We wanted that candle back, and, the notes were, I don't know, just causing a lot of curiosity. I found this and picked up two. And so I remember watching a few reviews. And again, we all have different scent tastes and preferences and likes and dislikes, but it wasn't getting great reviews. But I put it to the side. I just didn't decide to burn it right away. But I was really glad when I pulled it out because this was another one of those candles where as soon as I lit it, I could smell it. And as soon as I started using it, I couldn't put it away. Like I have a rotation of candles that I use. That's how I go through so many. So I'll blend a few, burn a few in a few different rooms. But sometimes when it's not a love, I just keep like replenishing the crate and it doesn't get used and it doesn't get used. I find myself with a few in those crates that have been in there for months. And then there's others that barely get put in the crates, and I use them up and just enjoy them. I think you should enjoy your collection. This has notes of hazelnut, toasted marshmallow, and vanilla woods. And I don't think there's any similarity to pumpkin peanut brittle, but I do find a similarity to marshmallow fireside. This toasted marshmallow with the vanilla woods, I guess the vanilla woods could be smoldery or smoky, but it is very, very much present in here, like marshmallow fireside with hazelnut and the actual nut, not like a hazelnut cream or like a hazelnut syrup that we would use in our coffee. It's not sweet like that. The sweetness comes from the marshmallow and the vanilla woods. The hazelnut brings it to like a nutty, earthy side. So I really, really enjoyed this. I'm glad I have one more, but I wish I would have tried it when these were still around to pick up, because I would have picked up a couple more just because I really enjoyed the burn. So both of these candles were really great throwers, but they blended beautifully. There was just something about the toasted marshmallow that mixed with the creamy butter pecan ice cream, and just like I said, I really enjoyed this burn because of that scent memory. So I don't know that this is one that like everyone's looking for, but I always think it's so special when a candle can make you feel the way that these made me feel. I hope that makes sense. It just reminded me so much of like good memories, and I just like that about silly things like candles or pictures or movies. Um, the other day I watched A League of Their Own, and that was like one of a movie that I would watch with my grandma, and like we were such pop culture buffs. Like she just, oh my gosh, she was like like my own version of a golden girl. And so watching a movie from back in the day was like memory flood. So I may be a little sentimental schmaltzy over here, but this was amazing for me. And if you have anything in your collection like this, you might want to try to blend it, because I enjoyed both of them on their own, but together my whole house was smelling like a delicious little ice cream factory with marshmallows toasting by the hazelnut fireside. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I'm not going to be that way about all of these, I promise. So this was like grandma's nightcap type of a blend. Again, I'm just giving them weird names today. I don't normally do that, but I blended for my second blend a hot buttered rum with salted caramel eggnog. Now, I started with hot buttered rum, and this burnt hot and fast. Like this was burning down so fast that I was like, I joke about it, but sometimes like I'll light it and I say I'll go in another room. I come back and it's halfway gone. This one was like, you can see it was a hot burn, but it was a good burn. The scent it gave off was kind of worth and it wasn't sooting like to where I was like, oh, my wall's going to be black, but it was definitely hot. So that's why I think the glass is so dirty, and I never clean them. I'm just lazy, I guess. But the notes are dark buttered rum, warm caramel, mulling spice, and vanilla bourbon. Now, if you're sick of these virgin candles that they keep coming out with as drink candles, this one was straight up boozy. Like, I remember a couple of times thinking, I smell this so strongly. I feel like I'm actually drinking something with alcohol in it, and I was probably having water or Diet Coke. But when I mixed it with the salted caramel eggnog, this was sweet but boozy, and this was super sweet. But I guess the caramels kind of blended, and it wasn't overly sweet. It wasn't overly sickeningly sweet. It just kind of felt like they belonged together. Like I couldn't think of another candle in my current burn rotation that would blend as well as this one. This made the house smell like I was literally spraying caramel, like a caramel room spray around, and it was lingering for days. The salted caramel eggnog really is a sweet candle. So, sometimes, what's that other one that's really sweet? Like cinnamon caramel swirl. That can be too sweet for some. This one isn't overly sweet. It's more of like a boozy, but it definitely has like the vanilla and the caramel. But this one I feel like cut the sweetness of this one. It was sweet, but it wasn't giving me like a sickeningly sweet vibe. But yeah, these both were strong on their own, but blended together, I just kind of felt like it was Granny's nightcap over here every night. And the boys kept thinking, man, it smells like you're making some kind of dessert, but you're not. And I was like, yeah, I'm not. I'm trying to watch what I eat. So they enjoyed this too, but I thought that was a pretty good blend. So, kind of one that you could probably think of on your own. But as I'm trying to use up some of my winter candles, because I kind of switch up my wall a little bit. That's why you can see this one's kind of like a work in progress. But I have officially put all of my winter and fall candles in the closet in crates. And this is mostly like spring, summer, fruity, that kind of a thing going on behind me. I may from time to time still burn a winter candle, because there's no rules to burning. There's no rules to warming at all. We'll watch your candles. That is a rule. You don't leave them burning when you're not home. There's a rule there. But what I mean is, you can burn your winter candles all year if those are your favorite scents. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that for me, because I have such a collection, and as you guys know, I like to balance, I like to declutter, I like to rotate. I never declutter candles. It's so rare that I don't like a candle. I find a use for it. I find a blend for it. Sometimes I exchange it, but that's pretty rare. But I do like put seasons away so that I can focus on others or focus on new things that are coming through. I went on about that too long. So that is what I've just got done doing. And, that way I'm really like thinking about what I want to get through. I keep 2 crates for each month of just candles in my collection I want to burn through. I also am constantly rotating in those current burns, newer candles. And sometimes I just come home and I'm in the mood for like iced dragon fruit tea. So I'll burn that. So I don't have rules either. But like I said, it kind of keeps the flow of this big collection more manageable. So here's the next one. This was a delicious like banana lemon buttercream treat. So ironically, I started with passion fruit banana flower or banana flower passion. I think it's passion fruit banana flower. That one had too much greenery for me to like look into what I was blending and blend it with anything. So I had burnt this with banana cabana and I had finished that one first. And then I was like, I still want to blend this with something. So this banana cabana is sun-kissed banana sea spray warm vanilla. So this leans perfumey to me, my nose. I get like banana sunscreen in the best way possible. It's not gourmand banana, it's not dessert banana, but with the vanilla and with the sun-kissed banana, I was able to blend it with this lemon buttercream single wick from Huntington Homes. Now, I felt like this single wick did very well on its own. It has a very sweet lemon buttercream frosting element, so that's what you get first, but I also get a tartness with the lemon that I thought went really well with the warm vanilla and the banana. So again, I feel like you could just keep this or burn this with a vanilla, but this one is like lemon vanilla and it's very gourmand. So it didn't go overly, the blend didn't go overly gourmand or overly perfumey. It kind of just balanced each other out. And I felt like it was like a delicious dessert, but like a dessert where you see little like flower petals on the cake or, um, you know, a fancy bakery dessert. I always use that fancy as meaning like more expensive. Like it just kind of felt like I was making something exotic, tropical, fruity, but like not basic. And so I thought this was really delicious together. I think you could use a lemon cake pop in place of this if you don't, get to your Aldi before these are gone. This was the candle I said I probably could warm a couple more times. It still has a really strong scent, and as you can see, it didn't burn down the best, but the wick is dudded out. So if I stick it on my bottom warmer, I may get another couple uses out of it, but for the most part, this one's done. And this one burnt really well, really, really well. I was really impressed with this one. And it's just so strong. But I will say by itself, this one is not gourmand. This one is definitely more tropical sunscreen, not coconut, like banana. But with this, it kind of made it a little bit more gourmand. So that is that. I have 2 more for you. Let me grab them real quick. So when we blend our candles, oh, I'm sorry, this is shaking. So when we blend our candles, sometimes we talk about resetting the air or, lingering scents or all of that kind of stuff. And so I always like to keep some very fresh laundry scented candles. I also use the Paris Cafe. Endless Weekend is a really nice reset candle for me. Those are just some off the top of my head, but this was a lovely, lovely reset. That's what we're going to call this. So I was burning up this one's, I call it the Beachy Keen. This is the candle Aiden picked up because it has our name on it. See? But it's Fiji White Sands. And I said I'd never burn it, but he actually was helping me pick some the other day. And he doesn't have that sentimental schmaltzy vibe like me. So he's like, Mom, why don't we burn this one? We got this like a year ago. I said, okay. I loved this green lid. I'll probably keep that. And it's not all the way done. I still have a couple burns left on this one, but it's getting there. This is fresh cut sugarcane, white nectarine, and sandalwood. And this is just such a clean scent, kind of like Midsummer Dream is clean, but with a little perfumey sweetness. That's what I get with Fiji White Sands. Fiji White Sands to me is just elevated clean. It's not a laundry scent, but I definitely feel like it cleanses the air and leaves behind something sweet and simple. Sandalwood is always a note that when I smell it, I feel like it's just kind of bougie and it's kind of like someone walked through your house with expensive perfume. That's kind of what it leaves behind. But it definitely takes care of cooking odors. Like we cook a lot at home. So I love to talk about when a candle can cut through tacos and eggs. We don't make it and fish sometimes. Like we make low carb Chinese food. We make a lot of chicken. And those foods leave behind odors, whether they're good or bad. They leave behind a lingering odor. So I like to talk about candles that can kind of like take care of that. Some of them can't, but these really could. So this was actually what I was burning in the living room. And then I found this in one of those crates that I wanted to burn. So I decided to burn them together. This is Cabana linen, and I bought this because Sneak of the Diva and Kimball talked about this one and said it was good. So I went to Aldi. I always go late. So sometimes the candles they're talking about I miss, and that's just the way it is because it's not local. Like I have to drive 35-40 minutes, and I grow shop on the weekends. And if I keep saying the word lazy, but that's just, I guess, the theme of the week. If I just want to go like 5 minutes to town, I can go to Walmart. I have to go the opposite direction for Aldi. So sometimes I miss out, but she talks so highly about this one. I kind of went on a hunt. I had just knew a day I was going to be in the area. So this was the first place I stopped. And luckily I was able to find one, literally one. And I grabbed a couple others, but they don't have scent notes on these. But let me tell you, this is like a delicious, beautiful laundry scent. All I get is fresh, a little powdery. I get the clean linens. I almost get like, not lavender, but like that fresh scent of like Tide, not Tide, like the Downy, and just the way your laundry mixes together, because it's not quite Tide, but it is definitely laundry fresh. So this would be like fresh coconut and cotton without the coconut, or all of those fresh scents, but without it leaning towards one of those notes that make that scent its scent. I really enjoy this. Now, let me tell you, this is strong. This filled my entire open concept space. Went into the bedrooms, went down the hallway. I could even smell it in the bathroom where I have the door closed most of the time with a wallflower. So this was a really good candle. That's why I feel like they just poured Tide right in here or something. But whatever they chose, again, I didn't find any scent notes on it. It was so strong and such a great reset. But these together, because Fiji White Sands has that, like, I keep saying midnight or midsummer dream, but that one is just fresh, but it's fresh with a sweetness that this one has. This has sugarcane and sandalwood. So this was like laundry day on steroids. And then this was like a sweet, gentle, but such a long lasting scent linger in the air. I just really enjoyed this. So again, without much effort, I made my house smell so good, and it kind of just makes me want to open the windows and like let out all this like air that's been sitting in my house and get fresh air, but like fresh air that smells like this, not just like fresh air that smells like where I live. Not not that there's anything bad, but let's do the last one. This is my candy shop vibes. This one I did, and such an accident, but I decided to share it with you anyway. So this one, Pink Fairy Gumdrop, I mixed with Sweet Red Mango. Totally different scents, right? Like, why would I? Well, I was finishing up the burn on this one, and I was doing a current burn review on this one. And I was burning this in my bedroom, and then I was burning this in the kitchen. Well, those have like a direct link. So you just walk through a little, like, not even a hallway, it's just like an open space. And I could smell this sweet tart cotton candy. But also a sweet, sugary mango scent. And I was like, mouth-watering. I was like, I'm hungry for candy. I just want something sweet. Like, I just literally I wanted this in perfume. Like, every time I would smell it, and you can ask the people, well, you can ask the people in my family. They were like, why are you getting so excited? And I'm like, don't you smell that? I was like Willy Wonka over here. Like, I was just Really enjoying this. Now, do you need to blend them? No, they both do just fine on their own. Pink fairy gumdrop has sugared berries, pink cotton candy, sprinkle of fairy dust. And the sprinkle of fairy dust is obviously what they put on sweet tarts because it definitely has that sweet but tart, almost sour, but the sweet is heavier scent mixed with the cotton candy. This is the best of boardwalk taffy and sugar coated in body care. Like if you mix those together, you get pink fairy gumdrop. They should bring pink fairy gumdrop to a Christmas collection for body care, just saying. But I can't imagine that would fly off the shelf, right? It would fly off the shelf. But I was doing a currentburn review on this candle, and Sweet Red Mango is another one of those candles. And I'm so happy to find a couple right in a row, because sometimes we get in a little bit of a rut where a couple of them just aren't performing. You're not hearing good reviews, and you start to doubt that anything good will ever come back out of that company. Was that dramatic? A little. But you start to think, okay, they don't care about the quality. But this one, and again, I'll tell you the batch on this. This is 2006K3A5. I've had questions because a few of you have said you've gone into a store to smell this and it smelled like nothing. And I'm like, I can smell it through the jar. Like, I don't know how. It's baffling to me. Baffling. But neither here nor there. This scent mixed with pink cotton candy gave me bubblegum, like candy shop vibes. It was so delicious. If you're into scents like that at all, you can get this one now. You may have this in your collection. It's come out in different forms and variations, but like last year we had candy hearts, I think. A single wick would be great, but I'm so shocked they didn't come out with this for Valentine's Day or Easter because it's such a fun spring scent. I'm kind of glad I have a couple backups because I'm definitely going to do this blend again so you'll see it. But oh my goodness, when this was pretty much done, when I did this blend, it was an accidental blend. This one was like on its last burn. Like I probably only get to burn this one for like an hour while I was doing the currentburn review. So it really wasn't something I got to thoroughly enjoy. But for that little bit of time, woo, this was so good. And again, unnecessary, but that's what this blending's for. It's just to have fun with your collection. I liked this, and I wouldn't have thought of it if I wouldn't have accidentally burnt them together. So sometimes I'm doing this on purpose, and sometimes I'm just over here being a little mad scientist. So I've gone on for way too long. Thank you for any of you that are watching to this point. Put Candy Shop Vibes in the comments if you have watched to this point, because you know I appreciate someone that can hang in there with a good rambler. I really appreciate you. But let me know down below, have you tried any blending on your own? What are you loving that you've blended? I'd like to try it too. And yeah, just what are you burning and loving? I love chatting with y'all in the comments. I will see you in the video probably tomorrow. Thank you.